With Gris defeated, he keeps his word, returns the ring of the caring princess, and tries to hurry Alir with summoning Emblem Celica, causing Gris to laugh madly at the process through one of the small smidgens of decent writing this game has, which reveals that divine dragons summon emblems through prayer, while fell dragons summon them through invocations. And with his distraction mission being accomplished, Gris leaves Alir and his cohort bamboozled with this new revelation. Alir calls Sigurd to verify Gris's claim, and it gets confirmed as a truth that Lumera also knew about, and mutually kept hidden due to Alir's lost memories. After thinking all hope is lost, with no divine dragon left to seal Sombron, Sigurd guides Alir on the differences between emblems summoned by him and the Fell Dragon, where Sombron robs their free will, whilst they remained intact with Alir, signifying that he can use both summoning methods, and this is also used to justify Alir's toothpaste colour scheme. Thus he carries Lumera's legacy with him and continues the journey with the Divine Dragon title with no resistance from the royals, and they all happily loot the now empty Alusia castle and rob its coffers bare. As we're about to leave the castle, Morvier overheard the whole Alir is the Fell Dragon's child scene and urges the group to help Vale, who has travelled over to Lethos with Sombron. Though before we follow him, we head back to the Somniel and go on a spending spree, buying a Thoron tome for clan, getting Pinette's Brave Axe and Alcrest's Killer Bow refined to +5, while Louis' spear is upgraded to +4. Merrin's level gets reset with the second seal, being the 5th character in my roster to hit the level cap, and then we see Pinette and Leaf's B rank bond, where I have been continuously told that this is a mistake because Leaf's Master Lance screws with his adaptability skill. Regardless, we move on to the supports, starting with Alir finding Pinette reading a report from an investigator she hired to find her parents, so she can have a proper resolution with them, but so far there's no results. Alir is impressed with Pinette facing her past and offers to help look for them to repay her for the training in their prior supports, and Pinette accepts gratefully. Alir finds out that Ivy treats him like a deity because her faith in him has given her the strength to survive the treachery and conspiracies that plagued Alusia Castle. Initially, her change of faith was to be the contrarian, but in the end it was what she needed, and Alir is glad to have indirectly helped. It's meet o'clock, and Temera promises Alir that there won't be any bandit shenanigans this time around. The two stuff themselves, and while Temera did plan for this meal to be bandit free, she missed a few when she scouted earlier, so the two opt to take them down for messing with their mealtime. Lyndon introduces Jean to the classroom known as the Outdoors, and Jean is instructed to lie down and look at the sky, relax a bit and listen to the flowers, which lulls him into a slumber, as Lyndon intended. Merrin tries to invite Bunet to critter watching as thanks for the meal in their sea support, and Bunet is not too enthusiastic about the offer and declines, which causes Merrin, for whatever reason, to accuse Bunet of preferring to cook with rare meat and thinks she was tricked into eating something like a falcon, and before Bunet can even explain himself, Merrin has already jumped to conclusions and denounces the poor guy. Ivy thanks Temera for the life-changing camping trip they had, even if the most that it revealed was her own weaknesses, and the growing list of dissimilarities between them. Despite being opposites, the two enjoyed their time together, and they hope their friendship lasts and is ghost-free. Now with Celica returned, we head over to her Paralogue. Landing on an island beyond Solm's shores, it reminds Celica of the Sea-bound Shrine, one of the islands she recklessly landed on near the start of her journey, to visit an altar to Mila there, seeking a way to save her homeland, encountering a necro dragon that functioned as a seraphim spell punching bag that nearly killed her crew. And so Celica asks if Alir would make the same choice as she did, and he affirms that, which is why our next trial takes place here on this very open beach, with a whopping initial enemy count of 7, and the only important one is Celica sitting at the bottom left corner of the map, as thanks to my chatters for this part stream, they had reacquainted me with the existence of Micaiah's augment skill and the rewarp staff that I hadn't used in ages, So all you need to know is that Clan is given Rewarp, Ivy is given Sigurd, and we cap out Panette's dexterity with a secret book. These are the key units for what I'm about to do, and I start the map, which causes the High Priests to summon 4 additional units each, and while Alir suggests taking down the summoners, we ignore that and focus on our goal of defeating the Caring Princess. Turn 1, I start off by getting Alir, Jean, Panette and Seadoll into a diamond formation so Clan can get into the middle of them to engage, and get Micaiah's augment skill active so the rewarp staff can warp all 5 of them further along. Ivy then moves to the tip of Celica's warp Ragnarok range and gets blasted by her. The fabrications then start marching towards us and the High Priest summon more, but by then it's already too late as we're already on the final turn. With the help of her backup dancers, Panette breaks the first revival stone and is then refreshed by Seadoll. The second revival stone gets thoroughly crushed, Jean gets his turn to goddess dance before we finish Celica with quadruple hits.
I won't run anymore. So be it.
Celica congratulates us for beating her and emphasizes to Alir the strength of forging deeper bonds with our allies, as that will make him stronger too, which is baffling advice to give this late as if we weren't doing that already. But alas, Alir understands and Celica encourages us to keep doing our best. And with that, our max bonds level is unlocked with Celica.